It is frustrating.
But Tim, those technically aren't legal in these industrial areas, we just can't find them. Our ordinance doesn't allow.
In industrial,
The
you're
12
right.
and 72 says it has to be in your residence.
Right.
That's what Article 1
Right.
of our ordinance says.
Yeah, if they're going
That's
into
gotta be your
industrial.
house. If you're doing something elsewhere, you should be qualified under Article 2, which means you gotta apply, which means you gotta pay a fee, which means you gotta be licensed, and we have to approve you. So all of those are illegal.
I agree.
We just don't know they're there, and we might not be able to find them, but they're not covered under our ordinance.
So kind of the legal route that we're taking is that if we find where they're at and they're legal with the state, we're trying to make sure they're at least compliant with our ordinance. So we're making sure that they have a license, we make sure that all their permits are pulled and proper inspections have occurred. That's kind of the path we're required to take.
But you're not saying they're legal under Article 1 of our ordinance, are you?
No, it's state law.
They fit into Article 2, and we're limiting 2 of those facilities in the entire city.
No, these are not dispensaries. These are 72 plant grow operations.
Right.
So we allow 1 500, 1,000, and 1 1,500 under the
Right.
whatever that category
Right.
is. These are all these quote-unquote caregivers that the state
but
is issuing license to.
Our ordinance says it has to be in their primary residence.
You're right. And so,
So how could they be legal under our ordinance if they're in an industrial
it's
facility?
the enforceability. Wayne County is not enforcing, the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office is not enforcing the law or the intent of it. Is that fair, Chief? I want to make sure I'm not overstepping, because we tried to push this issue.
Well, I think the state says something different, that
The
they
state
can
law
do
says that
that.
they can
And
do
our
that.
ordinance is saying they can't do
Well,
that,
there was
so,
differences in the numbers of
yeah.
allowable plants. I'm not sure the state allows you to establish a business in an industrial district. Those were for primary caregivers, serving people who have cards and doing it out of your own residence.
Right. But I think as long as they have the cards, Dan, and they can grow 72 plants, as long as they're a caregiver, and I don't think it has to be in their house. According to our ordinance, it does, but according to the state law, I don't
State
think
law
it has
just
to.
says, you know, state law says in
They can just go to a business.
a enclosed
They
facility.
could, somebody could go rent some space right now and grow 72 plants, and I think it'd still be legal,
I have a nephew that has
according to the state.
his plumbing business in a facility down in Brownstown, just past Pennsylvania. There's a lot of those little buildings,
Mhm.
and he says there's like 15 of them in there.
Sure.
You know, the 1,000 square foot
Yeah.
little rental shops.
In some communities, well, unlimited. I'm just saying that we crafted an ordinance. I know what you're saying, and that was part of our debate, but if we crafted this knowing we're gonna have to allow 1,000 of them, if they happen to pop up, why would we put a limit of 1 or 2 depending on what type of business it is? Why would anybody come and get a license from us? Why would
We're
anyone?
talking about the 72,000.
Yeah, to grow that many, but
We still up, the group, isn't the first grower up to 500? 72 is up to 500. That's one of the licenses that we approved, up to 500. 72 falls into that
I got a
license.
question for you.
I'm not arguing with you. We're saying the same thing. It's just been very frustrating trying to enforce it. That's been the problem of when we've tried to go the proper route of MSP or Wayne County Prosecutor. They've kind of taken the hands-off approach, and I don't want to sound like I'm rolling them out, but so Chief, save me before I stick my foot in my mouth.
I got a question real quick. If you go into a business, say, hey, I hear they're growing dope over in this building. You should be allowed to walk in there and count 72 plants. If there's anything more than 72, they're illegal.
Well, that part, they'll let you do. Well, my point is our goal was to eliminate those.
Oh, I agree,
altogether.
but I don't think we can. But if they are growing
There
more
are
than
some ordinance
72,
issues, though, that you can look at these. If
Mhm.
you have a business that's licensed to do this, and they're doing this, you have an issue where you can control that. And we can handle that as a city. Unfortunately, where we're at now with the law, the caregiver thing is written in there. It's black and white.
right.
And there's not much we can do. I can tell you to help out, Mr. Mayor, last week I met with both Senator Geis and Representative Garza, talking about the issues. Because sometime in January, I don't know the correct date, but the state is mandated to start issuing these licenses to these retail shops. And we're roughly 3 months out, and they got a long way to go. Neither one of the senator nor the representative had good answers. They're working on it, and it's definitely not their fault, but they haven't got there, and we're way behind, just like when the law went into effect. I don't think people thought about the negative consequences that's coming about. There's no regulation as they anticipated. Collecting of taxes, I can tell you, is a farce. We recovered 50 pounds of weed 2 weeks ago from a house on one of our streets that got broken into. We had $50,000 cash as well that was taken. We recovered that money and the drugs. Do you think he was reporting that revenue to the IRS? The answer is absolutely not. So those are some of the areas that we're trying to fight, trying to regulate them, trying to follow what's in our city ordinance, trying to follow what's in the law, and then having a legislator that haven't even given us terms and things that we're supposed to operate under.
And
So
you're
it's
still
wrong.
only talking medical marijuana, you're not even getting into the recreational.
It's a combination now because recreationally you can use the drug. So now we've mixed in not only the medical stuff, but you're starting to mix in recreational as well. I mean, they're telling you there's a way to track from seed to stem everything, and in fact, it's not happening.
Not
Sorry.
with our code.
Yeah, I had an article come to me today about Ontario. They lost $42 million on trying to track their marijuana business. They lost it. For the amount of revenue they collected versus what cost them, they're $42 million in the hole. So we got to be careful what we ask for. It's a rough, really between a rock and a hard place.
Okay, anybody else got any questions?
Was there any public hearing before this meeting or as part of this meeting that the
The
planning commission
planning
voted on it?
commission was the public hearing, there was an ad run in the paper, and the planning commission meeting was the public hearing. And we had two residents, neither from Taylor, one was from Dearborn, the other one was
Allen
from
Park. And they didn't really speak for or against it, they just asked questions.
One more statement or question. I think the definition should be the same, and is there a reason to put the quantities in anything that you're preparing? I mean, with planning, if something's coming to be approved, is part of the process knowing that we've already exceeded or achieved the limit of what the ordinance allows to exist in the city?
Well, once again, we were trying to mimic state, referring back to the state statute. As far as that goes, we can put restrictions on them, but whether we can according to state law becomes clouded. We're just trying to.
Well, I'm just thinking of if something's gonna come from planning to council, and council has said, as a city, whether it's enforceable or not at the state or federal level, that we're only gonna do 2 of these, we sure as hell aren't gonna vote for a third or a fourth one, right? If we voted for an ordinance that says 2. So shouldn't planning be advising council that what's coming before us is 2 or is 3 or is 4? Shouldn't that be part of what the information that's being presented to us?
Well, we just.
It's just approving the zoning for the I.
It's just the zoning.
It's not approving
I
any
know, I'm just-
specific
We're not
operation.
changing anything in the ordinance
We're
that was already
talking about
adopted.
definitions, and there's definitions that are different in ways. I just think they should mirror each other more. I can see this being a problem going forward, I guess, is where I leave it.
I guess the only real question on the definitions is the micro business though, right?
Well, again,
Because I don't think that was one of the ones that we.
So I'm not sure I understood entirely what you said, Dan, but I think planning is recommending, they're making a recommendation to city council. If city council wants to amend it to greater define or include better definitions, I think that's your prerogative right now.
Absolutely.
But, yeah, and that's why I'm making the comments I'm making.
So in that document, this document, we wanted to say whatever numbers we had agreed on. And I'm okay with that.
And if we're gonna vote on something, would we wanna, make the changes now instead of voting it down tomorrow if everybody chooses to?
Well, you gotta remember though, Dan, the ordinance was already voted on and passed.
Yeah.
And then this
This
is
is
a
to-
zoning
It's
change.
to add these
To
things
where
to the
that
zoning.
these, those
Because otherwise
ones that we
it's
voted on
Ordinance
can
says certain
open in here.
businesses can exist.
Right.
A certain quantity can exist.
Right. But
You
as
say
far as
micro
growing.
businesses,
And it
and
doesn't
there's a
specify
quantity
quantity.
restriction, so why wouldn't this document mirror what we approved? That's all I'm saying. If you guys don't think that's important, that's fine, I'm just, bringing up what I'm noticing.
If you would, I'm sorry, excuse me, if you would like to postpone it to make these amendments, I mean, that's perfectly.
Well, I'm just one person, I'm just, you know, I'm taking what a majority of council approved, and this is intended, in my opinion, I think, to mirror this, and in my opinion, it doesn't, and I don't know why we would vote for that. That's all I'm saying.
Well, then I would have the administration take the micro business out and add the quantities on there.
Well, micro business is a state law, that's on the state statute.
So in order
Which is
for us,
probably why the
Our
other-
our existing ordinance includes things that aren't covered by a state statute, so we can't pick and choose which state issues we want our documents to abide by. I mean, we're kidding